Damen und Herren, wir sind hier vor dem Tour Rock in Essen. Neben mir steht Peter von Vader, die gerade hier Stopp machen auf ihrer Jubiläumstour. So, Peter.
Guten Abend or guten Tag.
Yeah, so this is your anniversary tour, and I'm quite surprised. It says 25 years of Vader. Is it really that long?
Same here. I can't believe it neither. It's like hard to believe. So band Vader could survive 25 years, been still alive and still playing.
Yeah.
Fans outside of Poland know us since '93. That was the first year we broke through.
That's what I wanted to mention.
For many, it might be a beginning, but the real beginning was in '83. Was 10 years before that day.
So 1983. How old were you then?
Let me think. I was like 83. God damn, mathematics. I was 18. Yeah,
Okay.
I was 18 years old.
How was Vader in 1983? How did that sound? I mean, as you said, people noticed you outside of Poland when you signed with Eric.
These years, everything was different.
Yeah.
And been starting in a band, especially in a metal band, was like to expect problems every day.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, we started something called underground. We started something called extreme metal in Poland. Because there were bands like Turbo, like TSA, like Cat, pretty known in Poland already, and we can say they were the pioneers of metal in our country. But we were among those who started something more extreme, faster, more brutal, and that was we had problems. Like there were no stores, there were no magazines. Like there were beginning. There was a beginning. So.
I guess
so we had to fight against any problems with equipment. So we used the handmade equipment mostly. The guitars, the amplifiers, everything was like homemade.
Yeah.
It's like, it was different, you know. It's like, and the same with the source of music, which albums, the tapes, trading. So we started with that tradition, and. The only source was some friends who had families in Germany, in US, and so we were traveling somewhere across the whole land just to tape, to copy some demo tapes and things, you know, just to have it.
Yeah.
Hard times.
I can imagine.
But the passion was so high, so I think it's something I miss today, because today it's different. This is metal, we can call it business now, but the passion is not as high as it was like in the beginning. I think you can say the same in Germany, because I can compare it, and it is a difference between the shows in 80s, 90s, and now.
In the 80s, still Poland was a communistic country, and of course very Christian dominated.
Not exactly.
Not exactly?
I couldn't call Poland a communist country, because I don't think we ever was kind of communist. We were like under influence from Moscow, of course.
Yeah.
Socialism was ruling the world, the Poland, of course, but it was not as bad as in Cuba or China or like Romania. No, not as bad. But all in all, was not easy to get out of Poland, to have a passport or something. So that was a problem. With the music was different, because we were something different. We didn't talk about the politics or things which was a forbidden theme in the music. There was kind of censorship, but they didn't care about like devil and things like that.
Okay.
Which is a problem today, compared to that. So all in all, I think we had some problems with playing, but these were more about, I don't know, how we were looking like than what we're playing about.
Yeah.
So talking about like censorship for heavy metal, the biggest problem is today than in 80s.
Did you ever have, on all the early tours, did you ever get the feeling that you weren't taken serious? Like, there's these guys from Poland, they know nothing about the business, we're gonna fuck them up.
Yeah. I had the feeling at the beginning.
Yeah.
And really, I used to talk to some guys, especially in the United States. They said like, the band from Poland, where is it? That's first of all. Then I said, like, what can be interesting in a band who came from Poland? And after the show, when I talked to the same guys, they changed mind, because they didn't expect it.
Any idea, if you think spontaneously, how many members Vader had over all these years? Must have been quite some, huh? Especially in the early days.
You know, it's nothing good at changing members, especially if you know him already in the years and months, and you feel good with playing them. But sometimes that's the only way, because the priority is band.
Yeah.
And if any member starts to be a problem, so we have to cut off.
Yeah.
Sorry, but this is the only reason why we had to quit with the guys in the band who were in the band before. With one exception, Doc, but that was a different story, probably.
Yeah.
So I talked about it before. I was one of the most talented and most intelligent person I ever met in my life. And I can easily say that the success of Vader is a big part of his work.
Yeah.
His drumming, his personality. Just know his character maybe was too weak to fight against like his weakness, the problems with drugs, the alcohol then. So these years you mentioned, the years of problems for Vader, that was because of that, I think. And the only way, the only solution was just to say, sorry, but we have to quit and to go separate ways in our life. So we did.
So would you say then that, of course, Doc's death was the biggest tragedy in the years in the career of Vader?
It was tragedy. It was tragedy because he was in a band so many years, and he was a success. You know, he was like a good man. It was always like nice and talk to him, you know, about the books he read, about the movies he was watching. You know, he was an intelligent person, and even today I don't understand how it could happen like that. How the chemistry, how the drugs could destroy such a life, you know. But it happened, you know.
Yeah.
It should be a lesson for followers, you know, because this is really, you know, it shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Doc, he should be here with us and should like continue his work, like, not anymore.
Would you say that nowadays, as you're touring, it is probably a little advantage to live in Poland? Because let's say if you play a show and you make, if you take off all the costs, you make 500 euro, let's say, you can live better with 500 euro in Poland than if you would live in Germany, Sweden, France, or
maybe
somewhere else.
5 years ago it was like that.
Yeah?
Not today.
Not today?
Today it's like the euro is like going down compared to Polish currency, and it's not as nice today. It's too bad because today we get more money. So today we could live like a man. But you know, personally, I never expected to live like a rich man, you know, like a rock star in that. So what I expect is like just a good life, you know. And so I'm happy because now my dream came true because I bought like the old house in the woods. I live with my family, with my animals, you know. So after the intensive tourings, so what I need, what me and my family we need, so it's a little bit of silence. And this is a real silent place, and we can feel like real freedom of this. So I can play the music loud now, even in the midnight. Nobody knocking the door like, shut up, or something like this.
All right, Peter, thank you very much.
Vielen Dank. Feel good.